every minute, man, I swear that she can get it. Say if you a bad bitch, put your hands up high. Hands up high, hands up high. Tell them dim the lights down right now. Put me in the mood.
I recognize your fragrance. Hold up, you ain't never gotta say shit. And I know your taste is a little bit high maintenance. Everybody else basic. You look like an everyday basis with poetic justice. Poetic justice. If I told you that a flower bloom in a dark room, would you trust it? I mean, I write poems in these songs dedicated to you. When your hand for empathy is blood in my pen. Better yet, your friends again. I really wanna know you off. I really wanna show you off. Fuck that. Pour up plenty of champagne. Cold nights when you curse this name. You called up your girlfriends and your girl in that little bitty range. I heard that she wanna go and party. She wanna go and party. Nigga don't approach you with a turret. Nigga that ain't good game on me. Sorry. They say conversation. Rule a nation. I can tell you, but I can never right my wrongs unless I write it down for real.
Every second, every minute, man, I swear that she can get it. Say if you a bad bitch, put your hands up high. Hands up high. Hands up high. Tell them dim the lights down right now.
Yo people, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Another day and another video. This will be my third video of the week, which is a hell of a lot of content for me and productivity. So I'm gonna a little pat on the back for myself there, because the amount of times I've told myself that I was gonna do this and, you know, get into a flow with the YouTube, I don't know, I've done it. But this year is for throwing away bullshit excuses and allowing more time to go by without actually getting shit done, getting things ticked off and doing the things that you want to do moving forward. So yeah man, so yeah, we've officially got the ball rolling. The day is Sunday. I had a rest day yesterday. Obviously my last video I trained back and legs at Strive, and I had a rest day yesterday. It was my missus' event yesterday. I'll if I can insert a few clips from the event. It was absolutely crazy, like 120 girls, unbelievable turnout. So yeah, hella proud of her, seeing her accomplish the things that she's doing at the minute, and, you know, really taking things up a level. Like, it's super inspiring, you know, to have a partner that makes you, you know, want to push forward and strive to do things every single day. So yeah, super dope weekend. It was a rest day for me yesterday. I actually went to a place called Fix in Manchester last night. It's a recovery centre, so they have sauna and ice bath. It's a huge sauna, so it's like a 40-man sauna. You just we booked a free flow session it's called, so you get like an hour and a half, so 90 minutes, and you can just do it as you please in there. So we're just hopping between the ice baths and the saunas. I'm really trying to prioritise recovery at the moment in prep, as something I've neglected massively previously, and when you're in prep, like, that shit starts to catch up with you real fast. So trying to make sure, whilst I'm maintaining my performance and my strength still in a good spot, I'm just making sure that my recovery is in a decent place and I'm not picking up any needless injuries at this time, as, you know, carrying an injury into a show is the last thing that I want. But yeah, if you are Manchester based, then definitely get down to Fix. Like, this is not a paid ad or some sponsored thing. Like, I paid to go myself, and I've definitely been using it a lot recently on my rest days, as I said. Yeah, just to prioritise that recovery. They've got a 6-degree and a 10-degree ice bath in there. Doesn't sound like a huge difference with it only being 4 degrees, but that 6-degree ice bath is hella cold. Like, that will fully take your breath away and have you scrambling for your life to get out of that bath. So yeah, to be fair, because I've done them previously when I was in my last show when I was with Court back at hers, we had a ice bath in the garden over that winter period. So for a couple of months I was like literally slamming them ice baths every single morning. But I don't think it was anywhere near as cold, the ice bath that we had, compared to the ones that are at Fix, especially that 6-degree one. Like, it's absolutely ridiculous. I'm lasting a good like 4 or 5 minutes in there, like, no problem. With them ice baths, like, once you've got your breathing settled and you relax, like, if you're not fully tensed up, then you can kind of settle into it, and it's really just a mental thing, really just a mindset battle. Once you've got through that barrier, then you can actually chill and relax in there and get all the benefits you need out of it. But from like an actual performance perspective, I don't think the benefits are like that super fantastic in terms of from a hypertrophy perspective for us bodybuilders, or if you're looking to gain tissue. But I definitely feel like crazy relaxed after it. My body feels really chilled out. It's obviously an hour and a half as well for me to be fully detached from my phone and away from blue light and devices and stuff as well. So, you know, a good period of the day to chill out in there, fully relax, and just have a full mental break, which is definitely needed, man, with the way the world is these days, man. Like, I don't really ever get a chance to just put down my phone, put down my laptop, not watching TV. Like, I'm always doing something, always distracted doing something, and, you know, have my focus and my attention on something rather than, you know, just being present and taking some time to chill out. So definitely trying to make the most of that, as I said the other day on my other video during this prep, like, you know, taking a moments to be present, to relax, just to chill and, you know, be in my own thoughts rather than, you know, always thinking of the future and being stressed, anxious and planning ahead, etc. So if you are Manchester based, then definitely go check out Fix. But yeah, on the agenda today is a push session. So as I mentioned, my split currently is push, pull, rest, push and arms, back and legs, rest and then repeat again. So 2 days on, 1 day off. So rest day yesterday, and we are back in for a push session today. Actually really looking forward to today's session. Again, I'm training in the evening, as you can see. It's currently 7:05. I was going to wait a little bit longer, but the gym shuts at 9 on a Saturday and a Sunday, so going now to get this session in. Hopefully it's nice and quiet again, which I imagine it will be because it's a Sunday as well. And yeah, gyms always seem to be a lot quieter on Sundays. Obviously God's day, man, and a day for people to just relax and chill out. So yeah, unfortunately not for me whilst I'm on prep. When a session's called and whatever's programmed, that's what we will be getting done. So yeah, push tonight. Obviously you saw my push and arm session the other day. In terms of the movements I've got on chest, it's going to be a little bit different on today's session. Similar in a sense of we'll have an accessory to warm up with. So I think I did pec deck last time, but I'll probably do potentially an incline cable curl if the cables aren't taken, and then move into a heavier press again. But I think rather than an incline dumbbell this time, I'll probably use the hammer strength incline press. Obviously I like to keep my exercises consistent all the way through my program. So on my push and arms day, it'll stay the same, and then on my push day, it'll stay the same, but I'll have different variations between both them days, just so I can hit things from slightly different angles. You always get a little bit different of a connection and a squeeze, a little bit of different connection, squeeze and loading phases during, you know, different movements, even though the mechanics are very similar between, like, for example, a incline dumbbell and then an incline hammer strength. Like, similar path of movement in terms of the direction that I'm pressing. However, just get a completely different output on both movements. So but yeah, I was always someone that really enjoyed training on machines. So I'm always someone who's really enjoyed training on machines. Like, I've never really done barbell presses. I've never really been someone who's barbell benched or like been asked about pulling heavy deadlifts, etc., or barbell squatting. I've always just gone for whatever I get the best engagement with, whatever can progressively overload on really well without, you know, feeling any niggles, strains, etc. in other areas. Like, whatever I can get the best connection with on a target muscle, I can train hard, get a good output from, get a good stimulus and grow with. Like, I'm gonna stick with that. So yeah, I'm not really someone who's ever really been asked about like chasing bad numbers or you know, lifting crazy amount of weight. So yeah, it's always a little bit of a back to basics. Like on my push and arms video the other day, I was speaking about how it's important, like, no matter what stage you're at in your training, to always be open-minded, always be a sponge and take on board, you know, new information, different pieces of advice, different people's perspectives, and, you know, be able to gain knowledge from different areas, because there's always shit you can learn no matter what experience level you're at. So like, for me at this stage, although I've got like a certain way that I really enjoy training at the moment, like, it's not necessarily the way I'm going to be training for the rest of my life and the way I'll necessarily even be training next year. Like, the way I train now is different than the way I trained 2 years ago. Like, I've been through different phases of you know, different training modalities, different ways of, you know, there's always new literature coming out and new people talking about different stuff and different things that are kind of, you know, like trending at current time. So be willing to experiment, try different things, and find out what's best for you. At the end of the day, that's what's most important. Like, you could get 5 different IPV pros in one room, all with vast amount of experience, all with a shit amount of muscle tissue, but every single one of them could train completely different, and you can't really say any one of them is in particularly wrong or not right, or you can't say one person is definitively right, because they've all made unbelievable progress, and they're all in the position they are because they've trained the way they have. So, you know, if you are at the point where you're trying to figure out what's best for you, keep trying different things, you know, try different splits, try different training days. But ultimately, I always think it boils down to just the basics. Like, if you're in a position where you're looking to put on tissue and you want to grow, just do the basic things right, worry less about the minor details, and then you can pick up on them things as you get later on in your training. But like, when you are in them early phases, like, get the basics right, train hard, recover well, you know, make sure you've got a decent amount of rest days in there, make sure your nutrition's on point, decent protein intake, make sure your carbs are in there, stay hydrated, and you'll be well on your way to making decent progress. So yeah, don't always need to overthink things when it comes to training and when it comes to putting on muscle tissue. You know, like, the gym can be simple, and for most that's all it needs to be. But yeah, I'm feeling good today after that rest day yesterday. Obviously, I've had a couple of low days after I spoke about my set point changing on Friday, so Coach made a pull to my calories, so I've been a little bit hungrier today, yesterday, and the day before, but nothing like majorly drastic, to be fair. So I've not been too bad. I've got a check-in tomorrow morning, so we shall see where we land, see what Coach thinks. I'll be sending the updates. If he's happy, imagine we'll just keep the ball rolling at this set point for a few more days. I'm checking in Monday, Wednesday and Friday with him at the moment, so like, very consistent, very regular updates, just to make sure that the body's responding how we want, and we can make the changes as and when we need moving forward. Just the more on top of things you are, the more accurate you can be with your approach, and the better position we're in as we move through prep. So, but anyway, I'm about 10-15 minutes away from the gym, so I will catch up with you guys in there. If the music's mad loud, people, but first working set on here. I said in the car I was going to start on a accessory, but both cables were taken, so started on the incline hammer, did 2 warm-ups, and then just got my first working set there. Put 3.5 plates aside for I think a set of 10, it might have been 9, I'm not sure, but happy with how that moved. I'm going to back off slightly to 3 plates, try and match the reps. Such a weird one this, like, my first set always feels okay, and then the tension I get must accrue a shit amount of fatigue, because my second set always drops way off compared to what it does in some other movements. So a little rest now and then get to the second set on connection on this is absolutely insane. I ain't got to set 9 and 10 again on that, so don't mind that. Again, I ain't got a shit amount of time, so intensity is going to be super high this session. Less rest than what I would usually do, so might have to pull back a little bit on load, but don't mind that at all. Just get that fucking working, train hard as hell, and then go back, chill out and get a good night's sleep tonight. But yeah, we'll move on to next exercise. I'm going to do a flat dumbbell press, so catch you over there. Come on. I was about to say they was a lot heavier than I thought they were going to be, but that was about right. Considering I started with the hammer strength and I've not had a lot of rest between 1 and 2 sets and then moving on to here. I did 2 warm-ups on here as well, and then that was first working set with the big 60 kg dumbbell, so I've got 5 reps, or maybe 6. So I don't mind that, I'm on the back of a fair bit now. Maybe down to like 47.5 or something. I'm gonna try to get a set of like 10 close if I can. But yeah, not too much talking today because I said I ain't got a lot of time, so I'm not happy with how they move, to be fair. To like rep 8, and then I lost my stability, so I moved my foot position forward from left to right, and then the last few reps thought absolutely shit, but don't mind it overall. Obviously after the set on the 60s, carrying the fatigue in, so I'll take a full set there. I'm going to move on to a lateral raise variation before moving back to the chest, so I may stay here and do a dumbbell or move on to a cable. This is probably one of my favourite lateral raise variations. This and a lion cable lateral, both unbelievable connection from A to B. Sick tension from top to bottom. So yeah, like 12 to 15 rep range I like on here, but if I have to drop a little lower I don't mind, but normally a little higher on the rep range side. This is my 3rd set, so I'll wrap up this left arm and move into a novice test.
got some mad weird pain in my wrist there. I think my position might have been slightly off of the way I was, or where my grip was. I just put a little bit of stress through my fucking elbow and forearm. So that was supposed to be the first working set, but I'm just gonna run another 2 working after this, because that was a failure of a set. So just wrap things up on that back deck then. I was supposed to do a press, but I mean I'm supposed to do an overhead press now, but I'm going to do another lateral variation, and then add in a little bit more overhead pressing volume on my second session of the week. So I'm going to do dumbbell lateral and then move on to triceps, and that'll be a wrap for the day. It's been a while since I've done a dumbbell drop set on laterals. I do like higher volume on my lateral raises. Whenever I go mad heavy, my traps just take over significantly. So I'm someone who prefers a little bit more volume, lighter load. I just get much better tension on a lateral that way. So yeah, I'm going to rinse 1 or 2 more sets on there, and then we'll move over to tries. On to first tricep. Started with a easy bar push down. Opted for this over a rope today. First set moved sweet with a set of like 12 to 15. I'm going to put the weight up a little bit and work for a second working set on it.
It's weird when it feels like school in my head when I'm trying to do the day. Whereas I feel like if you're training at night in the morning, it's just like it's a different one. It's less efficient. It's weird.
My idea of training at like 5 in the morning, I start work at 8. So if I got here at 5, half 5, 7, 6, that'll be alright. Get my work done.
Shit, man.
You know what? That's
That was my second workout sat in there. That's a wrap from me on tries and a wrap on today's session. Jump in the posing room again. Take a little look at the rig for a wrap of the video. So yeah, so that's a wrap on today's session. That's my third evening session on the trot, and all of them have been perfecto. So this might have to be a running occurrence for the entirety of the rest of my prep. Obviously dependent how my recovery is this week. But to be fair, the last 2 days my sleep's been the same as it has been previously, so not in a bad spot. Pump has been decent in today's session. It's absolutely freezing in that gym though, so like after 5 minutes of finishing my sets, like blood is starting to leave my muscles, go to my extremities, and I'm fucking freezing cold again. So let's hit a few poses and see how we're looking. Definitely a little bit tighter again. And it's just creating that fuller illusion up top of the waist being tight. That's why again. Yeah, slowly coming in. Yeah, man. I was 100.8 kilos this morning, so almost down to that 100 mile back goal. I reckon in the next like 3-4 days, we maybe will pull under the 100 mile depending on the set point and how my body's responding. But so far, so good. For this week, solid session again. As always, let me know what videos you want to see moving forward down in the comments. As always, like and subscribe. I appreciate you guys' support.